Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Rome, and we're back with some more Star Citizen. This is our new citizen kind of walkthrough. And I have flown here to Hurston to rent another Hall A because, unfortunately, it's been 24 hours since I rented the last one. I logged on afterwards to take some screenshots, and I got a couple with well, this beauty. But then the game legitimately crashed. The server finally went down after all our weirdness during the day, all our kind of small little issues. It finally gave up the ghost, and it crashed. So,
cleared for liftoff.
Engines online. Button fuel is at 100%.
So what we're going to do is, I just came and rented another Hall A. We're not going to fly it out of here because we're going to go to another town first, and I like to fly the ship a little faster than the Hall A is. Are we waiting on a... Oh, we're waiting. There's a queue. That's okay. There it goes. Anyway, so as much as I didn't want to have to rent a new one, by the time, I got back on, it's been more than 24 hours, and so we did. So now we're going to go to a different location because missions change based on location. And we're going to just go to a different location to see it, and B, see a different selection of hauling missions, and I'll give you kind of...
Good luck on your travels. As you leave our atmosphere, it's important to remember that Hurston Dynamics isn't simply known for its industrial dominance. We donate generously to a variety of worker charities.
I'm sure you do. Oops. I don't need a screenshot, but damn. This game is so pretty sometimes. Absolutely. Just jaw-dropping on occasion to me. And it's like small moments like this. We're just leaving. We're not looking for scenery. But we found it. I watched a video today. It said it's not a game, it's an experience. And there's that. Some days the game works perfectly, and you just play the game. And some days you play Solve Star Citizen. Has nothing to do with the actual game, but how to figure out how to deal with the alpha, with the bugs, with the jank, with the issues, and then just unexpectedly sometimes it just hits you in the feels, Anyway. We're going to go to a place called Area 18, which is my normal home for a patch, just because I like the shopping experience. So what we're going to do is, we're going to fly there. We are going to buy some clothes, because we don't need to be outside of atmosphere. We're not going to be out in space. And so we'll just get some normal hauling clothes. And yeah, that'll work. 4, then Arc Core. All right. And then I'll show you my trick for some missions that you can do. It works especially well with the rookie missions, or at least it used to. The missions have received a little overhaul. Some of the bigger missions have completely disappeared from the game at the moment. So we'll see. We'll see if it'll still work.
Bottom drive is now on. Bottom drive is now off.
Welcome to Area 18. It's a bright sunny day. We're not going to go that fast. Let's slow us down a little bit. The runway happens to be pretty easy to find, the spaceport, from the direction we're coming in. As you can see, it's this big kind of runway diamond looking thing here in the middle, which makes life a little bit easier. Darth HQ, huh?
Shields online.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay. That request has already been granted.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You need to be a little bit careful. This ship does not stop well. That's my biggest issue with flying it. It's super maneuverable. It accelerates pretty well, but its forward thrusters are pretty poor. And so it is easy to overcook a landing. While I was getting ready for this, I was back in the, at New Babbage, and I think I've shown you guys how sometimes you end up with a second instance kind of that over the top of yours, right? See how long it takes us to slow down there? Anyway, and the door opened, and I started to see the other hangar kind of flick over the top of mine, and the ship came screaming in overhead and slammed into the far wall and exploded everywhere. And then, a few seconds later, I heard the door close, and everything flickered out of existence again. Bringing it. Look at that. Look at that. Just what we want.
Have a pleasant stay.
All right. Let me go ahead and we'll refuel. So we'll leave this here. Now, there's a decent chance, even though I am not having to narrate this third person while hearing my voice in my ears, that we will insurance claim this ship at another location after flying the Hall A today. But on the off chance we won't, I refilled it. Now, if you're really watching your pennies, I wouldn't. You can always reclaim the ship for free, and it will come back refueled and rearmed. So if you're really watching your cash, you could do that. But we're going to go ahead and send it down.
Vehicle retrieval system.
So we'll store that. We'll go ahead and claim the Hall A here. We'll bring it up later. But we'll go ahead and claim it so it's ready to bring up. Well, I've never been here before. I was going to say, do I have anything in there in my inventory? But no, because I've never been here before with this character. So we're going to go do some shopping. As much just to show you kind of another part of the game, right? There's a little bit of a role-playing role-playing aspect, there we go, to this game. I mean, that's ultimately what it is, right? And sometimes you want to dress for the part. I think that's a fun bit of the game, collecting gear, armor, whatever. So we're going to do that. In fact, we're going to go to Kasaba, which is a clothing store here. So, welcome to Area 18. Like I said, this is normally where I live. There's a nice little snack bar there. Beautiful views of the spaceport. So you can sit here and watch people crash all day long.
Hello, and welcome to Riker Memorial Spaceport, servicing the greater area.
So this is, as you heard, Riker Memorial Spaceport.
Safe travels wherever your final destination may be.
And I'll speed us up a little bit here. There's a VIP lounge there that has snacks. And I could have come here to check rentals, and I probably should have. But I knew I wanted the Hall A because it's cheap to rent, and it will do what we want to do today. I'd like to show you other ships, but for the price, I just couldn't really rationalize it. I looked at a couple other things, but... so let's see what we do have available here. We've got an Avenger Titan. We've got a C8 Pisces and the Pisces Rescue. This one has a medical bed in it. This is great if you're doing bunkers, because if you die in the bunker, you can bind here and it'll just pop you back outside. You'll come back to life outside your ship and you can run back in. So really nice deal. There's the Mustang Alpha starter that we looked at. And the Nomad, which we also talked briefly about. This is it's missing its top here, but this is a lovely, lovely little cargo ship. This is a favorite daily driver for a lot of people. Anything here that is different than what we really want? This is a ground vehicle. It's missing the wheels, but it's like an APC. There they are. They're inside. You get it in a crate and you have to buy it. Okay, so I'm glad I went where I did, because nothing there is really going to do what I wanted to do. So we're good. So once again, we'll make our way through customs. If you do end up with a penalty, a fine of some sort, you were trespassing, whatever, you can log into one of these stations here. It says Levski's People's Alliance. It shouldn't. That's a bug. But you can pay your fines here. So there will be essentially an imperial justice here. It's just it's just a place to pay your fines. That's all it is. So sometimes you get you become wanted for some reason, and some crimes you can just pay off, and that's where you would do that. We want to go to Arccore Plaza. We got lucky. The train was ready for us. There's a map there. I think it goes that way. I think I'm at the wrong end. Nope, I was wrong. Good. I was second guessing myself there. Oh, it does. I was right. I was right. There we go. We'll follow the highway down here. Come here so we can look out the side windows. Saw a Crusader logo out there. I would like for one day when you don't take the train, right? You can just go downstairs from your hotel or the shopping area, go to the parking garage, get your ground vehicle, and drive it to the space station. I would love that. I think that would be really cool. We've got roads. Why not? All right, so we're coming in for a landing here. Now arriving. We may never get that, but I think it would be cool. It would add to my immersion. I could take the public transport, or we could just go there. So here's the map. It's big. There's a lot going on here at Area 18. If you like to shop, this is the place. We've got a Casaba. We've got a Cubby Blast. We've got an Astro Armada, a Dumpers Depot. Lots of food, the hospital. We've got a trade development center. The TDD, like to do our commodity trading. And it's all kind of right here in one easy place, right? You just need this, and you need the space station, and that's it. You don't have to go to a third locale. There is other locales you can go to. If you want to drive out on the surface, you do have to take a train out another location, which is a little annoying, but it is what it is. So here we go. This is it. There's the hospital right there. There's the TDD to trade. Your main admin building is right there in front of us, the Arccore. We are going to go up and around this way because I kind of know where we're going. We're going to go a different way. I bet I'm taking a look there. We've got the G-Lock bar. This is one of the cool bars in town. Oh, we may as well go look. I'll sprint down. He had too much to drink at the bar, apparently. So you can come in here and enjoy yourself with a G-Lock. It's lovely. There's a little dance floor up here with a nice little window. All right, there goes the subway train, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, G-Lock is pretty nice. Get yourself a pizza. I think that loops around to where I want it to go, but I'm going to take the route that I know. How about that? In fact, I know it loops around the way I want to go, but we're going to go this way. I think I want to go one more. Here we go. This is my route from the hotel, the apartment, whatever you want to call it. So if you do bind here, make this your home, your apartment will be right here. Adira Falls, Adira Falls, whatever you want to call it, which is great because you can get a torpedo burrito right here, which is awesome. You've got your ammo and guns right here at Cubby Blast, right outside. And you've got the Casaba right here if you want to get some clothes. So we are going to waste a little bit of money on clothes because, again, you know, dressing up your doll is part of the game, even if I do talk derisively about it. I don't know what I want, though. I don't know if this is the shop for me. I'm not really. Oh, I don't mind those. Do I hate those? Is there a model? You know what you can do? Hold on here. I'm an idiot. Let's go. I'm going to go with the tan. I think. Yeah, we can try it on. You're supposed to be able to rotate, but the rotate doesn't work. That doesn't look too bad. I could live with that. Okay, so we'll get that. Click. Okay. We are going to need some pants, though, to go with it. I think I'm just going to go for some just... I don't know. How bad do these look? Oh, they just look like pants. They're just pants. Whoops. That's not terrible. What about something like... Let's see what those look like. Oh, that's more my style. Definitely more my style. All right, but let's... Actually, that'll go with the... Where's that? Where's the yellow, as they called it? Now I can't get to the one I want. Really? We're just going to skip it? Okay, well, we'll just go with... what do these look like? Hopefully that'll get me back my... Come on. We'll go get something else. I was going to say, look at these. Kind of just a sweater. They call it a chain. Mascara. And we will need some boots. Those are terrible. Those are all terrible. Those are all... they're kind of like a boot and a clog. I'll get those. They're weird. I was looking at that, and these look kind of like a Velcro sneaker. All right, can we get to my pants that I want? Oh, it's so weird that they just disappeared. We'll go for white. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Do we want a hat? I do wear hats in real life a lot. That one's got a skull on it. Sure, we'll go for a skull. Okay. So now we'll be dressed appropriately. Now the problem with that is you don't get a lot of cargo in normal clothes, right? So there is that. The other thing I do want to get, though, is some additional ammo for this gun, because we need F55. So let's see if we can get a couple more, maybe like five, six more deals there. F55. There we go. Perfect. I'll get we get 5. God, it's expensive. It's maybe the most expensive thing we bought so far is ammo for this thing. I did just send it to my inventory rather than get it here. And you can see we've got some other armor suits. Ooh, that one looks pretty good. I like the woodland. This one looks cool here. Is this heavy? This Clark Defense. Singular. I think it's medium. I think the MKX is medium. Okay, well, for now, we don't need to spend any more money. Our armor works. We're trying to raise money, not spend money. Okay. So, we've got some gear. I am going to... No, you know, we're going to change right here. Right here in the middle of the street. All right. I'm going to move all that. Then I'm going to move that. And then that. And then that. And that. And that. And that. And that. And we bought some pants. We bought a shirt. We bought a hat. I don't think that's the hat I thought I was buying, but I do like that hat, so I'm okay with it. And can we bring that with us? There we go. That's all we need. You'll find a lot of clothes throughout the game. So we're going to go this way just to show you a couple other locations now that we're here. If you can't upgrade rental ships, but you can upgrade your ship or any, your starter ship or whatever. So Astro Armada is another place to shop for ships. So we'll run in here real quick. And I should have gone the other way. And they've got a Hawk on display. I think it's been a Hawk on display forever. you want to get into people bounty hunting, the Hawk might be a good ship for you. And then you can come here and you can buy ships at the Astro Armada. So we could say, I want a 315, whatever it might be, right? So, another location to buy ships. And then I will show you a place to buy components to work on the ships you have. It is down below here. The easy way is just to come down this little doohickey here. And we'll go to Dumpers Depot. And Dumpers Depot is a fairly eclectic selection of stuff, as I recall. We'll see if it's still that way. You can see they're either scrapping or repairing some ships in the background there. And you can look around. We got all sorts of stuff right there on the deal. So if you want to get a new power plant, there you go. There's a Cirrus power plant, which I think is a... I just bought a Cirrus in the other game. But we get a chair. You want to get yourself a big chair for your hangar, or to put on your ship to hang out in? There you go. Or an anvil nose turret. So it has all sorts of stuff. You can even buy paints for your ship. Now, I bought a paint with real money for this, right? For the ship. That is part of my purchase. But as you can see, there's a handful of paint schemes for other things. So we got some Freelancer paint, some Retaliator paint, Starfare, Valkyrie. I guess that's all we have here. So there's not a lot of other paints out in the game. Avenger, Aurora, Arrow. I really like this tan and green for the Arrow. I think that's a great paint scheme. So there are a few out there. So just keep your eye out and you can get some additional paint schemes. So that is what it is. I don't think we need to upgrade anything we're doing right now. I might, in another world, upgrade the warp engine. Wow. On our starter ship, just so we don't have to wait as long for it to cool down. And there's the food court that way. Which I think, let's see if I'm right, leads back to where I said we could have looped around before. Now, some of these alleys, like, go down these. You'll find people. There aren't mission givers there at the moment, but there are people down there that have in the past been mission givers. And it might change. It might become that way again, because we would like that. We'd like a mix of, okay, I go into my mobiGlas, I open a contract, this is the official stuff, right? This is the stuff that's posted. But I can also go talk to that back alley dude and get an illegal mission, right? Hey, smuggle this in, smuggle that in. And I'll have to turn it into them rather than do something else. That reminds me, there are unverified missions, and we could do some of these. This one is an interstellar one. Yeah, so we could do that maybe for our first interstellar mission when we get to that point. So these are unverified, which means they are potentially criminal, but not necessarily so. This one, for instance, is a salvage. And they want you to salvage this Miss Prospector before security can find it and run, check it out. We want that ship to disappear before anybody finds it. So you're not necessarily doing anything illegal, but the people that got it did. Again, this one is hauling. You're hauling some people in cryopods to Pyro for some reason. And you could do some mission ones. So these would be, you're actually meant to kill somebody. Sometimes it's just meant to do, like this is, next target is Haji Sanker, who tracked this decommissioned platform. So you go there and you kill him. So these will or can get you a, what's the word I'm looking for? Yep, there's the hospital. He's still passed out. Or the bar. The hospital's right there. They can get you a crime stat. And if it's low, you can come pay it off. That's not a big deal. All right, let's go back and get our ship now that we've done some shot. Oh, my camera's way off because I was playing with screenshots earlier. Am I kind of, sort of, in this place I need to be? Almost. All right. We can sprint past this dude because we're faster now. Suck it. The train's not even here, though. So it doesn't matter. So we don't have a lot of cargo. We have some, though, so we could carry a drink with us potentially. But we're not going to be carrying a lot of stuff with us. That's fine. Usually a couple drinks is all you need. These pants are not flattering to my butt. All right, let's get ourselves a snack here because we need something to drink. So we'll just get ourselves. What is that? Black Mountain Sujan tea. Ooh, that sounds good. I'll take a tea. Heck yeah. All right, we'll get ourselves a drink.
Please be aware that while in the Stanton system and on ArcCorp, all UEE common laws are still in effect.
And we are apparently stacking these up here. I'm okay with that. I like that mini game. There we go. Some of these look full. Like that one the tab's not open on. That's okay. We're good. Hangers. Let us... We'll go ahead and pull the Hall A up. This is a little bit risky, if I'm honest, right now, because sometimes what happens is the ship doesn't... Whatever they do, the ship doesn't come up correctly. Now, when it looks like this, and you see the ship name right underneath your hangar name, and it's not bouncing, and they're close together, that little arrow is right there, that's a good sign. If it looks anything different than that, go back over there, store it again, and try calling it back up again. Because bad things might be happening in your hangar. Sometimes they come in upside down, sometimes they don't come up at all, they stay on the bottom. They don't end up on the platform, they end up underneath it. So there's a lot that can go wrong. All right, the only thing I want to do is I would like to come here. Do we have a drink with us? We do not. Do I have room for him? I do not. But we're going to take him on the with us because I would like him for some screenshots. And so, in fact, we might just do one right over here. Something like that. So we get him in the picture, and we see the ship. I'm not huge to that one, though, so we'll see. You know, we got to... What is she doing? She's just squeezing his little arm. Oh, well, that's okay. Let's see if it lets us climb the ladder with him in her hand. We can always tractor beam him in if we have to. Yep. Oh, look at that. That worked actually really well. Okay, now we're going to go back here. Come on. Come on, door. Now that might be the screenshot right there. Oh, there we go. All right, enough of that. So, there's probably not, well, let's see here. Let's stand here for a second because we're probably not going anywhere quite yet. I got ahead of myself. We're going to take a look at contracts. Now, we're going to do what I call stacking contracts. I don't know what the official term is, but that's what we're going to do. And so we want probably planetary. This is exactly what we want. So notice, this goes from where we are, Riker, up to Bajini. Now this is a bigger one. That's too big for us. We need small. That one won't work for us. This one will. This is coming back from Bajini to Riker. It is only 7, so we want that. So let's go back here and we're going to look for a couple more small. That is Bajini to Shubin. That is Bajini to Riker. That's another 10. So now we're bringing 17 down. All right. What we want to do is we want to find another one that goes up. That is 27 for another 43. That takes some space, but that's okay. We can do that. Okay. Bajini to Riker. We need a Riker to Bajini. 6 more. I think we got room for that. We might have room for that one too. What we didn't get was one that's, maybe because those are going planetary. Let's see if we can get one, maybe stellar, that goes up. We want to go from Riker to Bajini. I'm not, it looks like these are all out to other planets. So, okay, so that's not going to do it for us. Now, maybe that somebody else already has that one, and so it's not available. We'll check one more time here. We want, that one's just too big. That's our problem. There we go. That's also too big. What you could do, and this isn't a terrible idea, that's another, I don't know if we have enough for that, but we'll take it. What you could do is you could take that, knowing that you're going back and forth, and just take 2 runs at it, right? Take half of it up the first time, and we can do that. Let's do that. So we'll grab this. We'll accept this one. Wait, this one's 76. That one is... But we can still do that. That's okay. Yeah, because we've got 64 SCU, so we can do that in 2 runs. That pays us 76. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up, down, up, and then we'll see how things stand. Maybe we'll do one more down. So let me go back out here. Oh, hold on. We got to go here first. We got to transform the ship. Can I do it without getting in the Z? There we go. No, no. F. Sounds like it's working. So we're going to come over here. We're going to load this up. I will do that reasonably quickly. And then we're going to head up. Now, this isn't anything fancy. You've seen all this stuff before. So I'll give you some little highlights of it. But we've loaded cargo. And it did. It did open. So I don't need to waste your viewing time on too much of this. But let's go ahead and send the elevator down. I'll get loaded up. And we'll head up to Bajini. So the nice thing about this one is because they're big containers, it goes really fast. All right, we're going to send this first load down. This is half of that contract. There we go. We see we need 6 more to finish that, but that's fine. That's easy enough. We'll bring them up next trip. That is 10. That is 20. 27. 33. 40. That's a 2, that's a 1. So that'd be 43. I think we'll just go for that. And then we'll see what we end up with. That's, oh wait, that's 136 anyway, right? So that's too much. Well, it says it's, why is it 136? 112. I don't think it is. Well, that's fine. If it is, it is. If I completely failed at math, then I completely failed at math. Let me get these loaded and we'll see. Our goal is just to have as many of these that go down as possible so we can make as much money at one time as, well, possible. So I'm going to move the boat. Just to make things a little bit easier. And I probably should have done this when we came in for landing, but... Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to spin us this way. Oh, a little bit much, a little bit much. How about right there? That looks good. Now we're going to zip over here. Make sure we look okay-ish. Nose comes around a little bit. Oops. Back up a little bit. I think that'll be okay. Just to make it a little easier to load, so we can kind of stand off to the side and just pull up from one side and then pull out to the other side. That ended up a little more innuendo-y than I intended. All right. Let me get all this loaded and we'll see where we're at. All right, we've got 24 SCU left. So we might have taken a little bit more than we want to take. So we need to think about that a little bit, like how do we want to finish it? It doesn't matter because we're coming back up. So that'll get us 8. May as well finish that one. 8, 9, 10. And then... You know, we'll just bring it all up, and then we'll get what we get on there, and whatever needs to come back for, we come back for. I'm not worried about it. I want to do essentially 2 complete loops, up, back, up, back. That's what I'm looking for right here for our money. And our money, by the way, before we do any of this, we're 169 mil, 895, so just under 167. All right, so 5. All right, that's a full load. We'll send the rest of this down. We'll get it next time. I don't know that's what we want to happen. We might have just messed this one up. Was the other one supposed to be bringing stims up? No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. All right. Back down to the planet. All right, we got a couple people coming in for landings beneath us. I waited till I got reasonably close.
Landing bay.
Looks like we're going to go into where we were before. Except we're going down to a lower one, whereas before we popped out of one right above it that was like a side entrance, right? So yeah, so we're going into this one. I wanted to leave us plenty of time because we have a full load. And I don't want to run into the station. So we're coming in with shields on. We came in nice and slow. We're watching these people load. See, he's exiting where we kind of were before. So we want to make sure one of those people doesn't run into us.
Warning. 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 Landing gear down.
And I'm going to, I think, hopefully, I think we got room. I'm going to try to spin us around. We'll go slow in case we run into something. I'll turn off the light. We don't need it anymore. I wanted traffic outside as we were coming to know where we were.
I'm sorry. Due to inactivity, we have been forced to assign your landing zone to another customer.
Landing successful.
Landing complete. Have a
All
pleasant
right.
stay.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to try something. I think it'll work. And now I'll load them. I was going to say there's a maybe we'll try some of it. We played with it a little bit before. Where you just drop it around the area, and then the kind of cleanup algorithm on the hangar takes whatever you left and puts it in your cargo. Right, but I'll unload it. We got time. All right, the elevator I think can only take 120, and we've got 124 on it, so we're gonna have to send it down in 2 runs anyway. So I unloaded the first side. We'll go ahead and send this down. We'll bring up the other load that has to go up. We can't get all of it loaded right away, but we can get most of it loaded, and then the rest of it will it'll just have to hang out for a second. We'll move it out of our way. I just realized I'm an idiot. We have 64 SCU, and it will hold 120. So we could have stacked higher, but that's okay. It worked fine. Might have been a little bit more efficient with our time. But... we're getting it all loaded and unloaded. So we'll finish this last couple here. Those 2 on, send this down, and then see where we stand. And we're seeing all these objectives complete above our head there. No, that's not what I was trying to do. I'll put you back there. All right, let's see how much money we've made. We were what, 167? Is that what we said before? We didn't finish them. That's fine. That one's not done. That one's not done. This one's done. Submit. It should automatically do them, but that's okay. Submit. Submit. We got all of them. That one's not done yet. That one is. And that one is. So we've still got this one. We're running stuff up. We've got 3 more for that, and then a couple more for that. But we're up to 421,000. This is how you make your money, right? And we're going to make another 76 here in just a minute. That's going to take us up to almost 500,000. And this, my friends, is how you make easy money in Star Citizen early on.
You are clear to launch.
This is an upright one. By which I mean we're gonna. We don't have a top window though, but I don't hear anything making noise. All right. All right, one more loaded up in the elevator. Let's send it. There we go, 103. Is it going to auto-complete for us, or we're going to have to submit it? There we go, contract complete. And there's our award, 76,500 AUEC. So let's go ahead and we'll grab the rest of this. We'll move it up. We'll get it loaded, and then we'll look to see how much room we have, and we'll grab a couple more contracts to take down, and then we'll see where that leaves us. You know, I'll go here. We're kind of in a bad spot for this, honestly. I didn't back us up far enough. There we go. All right, we got plenty of room left. Let's grab a couple more contracts, and we have discovered that they are planetary. That one's too much for us. That's coming up. Again, that's too much for us anyway. That's too much for us. However, oh, that's from a different location. It's to a different location. Here we go. That's 93. We must have, look at that. We went from rookie to junior with that. So we've got a lot more options. This is 6. We'll take that. Um, 83. 88. 7. We'll grab that. 7, we'll grab that. And we'll grab that. And we should honestly have plenty of more room to get a little bit more up there, but we'll get this loaded up and we'll take a look and see what we want to do. All right, we've got room for 27 more. So let's see what other contracts we can find, if anything. And that's the wrong direction. That's 96. Virginia to Riker, 7 more. That looks like that's gonna take long. Now, these are shared among other people, so other people can take these missions. So sometimes a mission, once somebody takes it, it can't, there'll be like a timer on it, right? So it won't be offered again for another, say, 10 minutes. So if somebody else gets it, you're not all doing the exact same mission at once. So even though last time we had plenty of missions to fill up, plus have a little extra, this time we didn't get quite as many going, or, you know, to go back down. We're not going to have quite as many to go back down, but that's fine. It'll balance out. And once you have bigger ships, you could take a couple of those medium missions as well. I'm just going to move these forward a little bit so they're easier for me to get to from the side of the ship. So we could sit here for 5 more minutes and a couple more of those missions would probably pop up. But, you know, time is money. There we go. Let's go turn these in. And plus we're getting hungry and thirsty. So we'll get back down to Area 18 where we can have a celebratory drink at the bar maybe. How about that? That seems like a plan. Kind of coming a little bit hot this time. Not super hot, but because I asked for that a little bit earlier than I probably should have. So we got a little bit more room to... There we go. Now don't rush it. If the door closes, just stop and ask for another one. It is possible to have the doors close on you, though, with bigger ships. You know, you're trying to get in, and so be careful.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
Somebody littered a bunch of material out there that we could collect if we wanted to, but I'm not going to.
Landing gear down.
I'm going to set us down just so if somebody else is waiting for a landing spot, they won't have to wait.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
But now I'm going to spin it around to get better prepared for our oops. No, stay up.
Landing successful.
Is that okay? I'm going to back us up a little bit more. There we go.
Engines off.
If you do this a handful of times, you'll learn, you'll just know where you are in the hangar, right? You'll recognize stuff. You'll be like, oh yeah, I need to go up. I need to go back. I need to spin a little bit more. That wasn't what I wanted to hit. This is what I wanted to hit. F4 just happens to be right above 5. All right, I think that's it. And we just watch them tick over. It's always nice to see them all just flipping through there, right? All the objective completes, and then hopefully we're going to start to see them pop up with the money on the side. So first it shows what was delivered, and then it shows what was completed because of it. And there we go. Now we'll start to, I don't know if it just gives us one of them or if it shows them all, but we've been paid. So now we take a look. We have 748, almost 749,000, right? We were at what, 137 or 167? Is that what we were at, 167? So we've made almost 600,000. And let's see, I started that. It's taken us just over an hour. So that's not a lot per hour, all things considered. You know, we made $500,000, little over $500,000 in an hour. But when you're starting out, that's pretty significant. I mean, we've almost made our first mill. We could easily make one more run and make that mill right here. And I probably will do that off camera. I came back and looked, and we had 2 more missions. These are 2 I've just accepted that had completed, but hadn't completed, right? So I grabbed them, tossed them over here. So that means we completed 13 missions total, but that took us up to 842,870. So almost 843. So I need to make, you know, another 160,000 for us to hit a mill. I've already accepted this one for 76. So if we get one more 50,000, that will take us up to our first mill, and we're well on our way. So I'll do that, and the next episode we come back, we'll have a little bit of money in the bank. And next time, I think what we're going to do is we're going to look at taking a mission, not for the mission itself, but for the locale. And then I think after that, we'll do an interstellar mission. So those will be the next 2 episodes. I know it's a lot of hauling early, but hauling is the most consistent way to make money early in the game. And we might be able to do a different type of stack missions depending on what's available. We might be able to stack a mercenary mission with a hauling mission to get some benefit as well. And I can show you that trick. So if I've got those available at the levels I'm at, I'll show you that probably next episode. So thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Cheers.